Imagine owning a company worth $125 billion. You are the undisputed king of the internet. Everyone uses your service. And then you are offered the chance to buy a tiny startup called Google for just $1 million. You say no. A few years later, you are offered Facebook for $1 billion. You try to lower the price and they walked away. This is not just a story about a company failing. This is a story about the most expensive series of ego trips, missed phone calls, and absolute blunder in human history. Welcome to the tragic comedy of how Yahoo committed corporate suicide. This is not a tech horror story. This is the actual reality of Yahoo. How did the ultimate gain of .com era go from $125 billion empire to bring salt from pennies on the dollars? The truth involves bad timing, massive egos, and the most expensive missed opportunities in human history. Let's break down the tragic rise and falls of Yahoo. Let's travel back to 1994. In 1994, two Stanford students who called Jerry Yang and David Fellow created a website directory called Jerry and David's Guide to World Wide Web. It was directly a gained digital phone book for the internet. Soon, they renamed it as Yahoo. Back then, the internet was messy. Yahoo organized it. They didn't just have a search engine. They had news, weather, games, and legendary Yahoo Messenger. By the year 2000, at the peak of the dot-com bubble, Yahoo was worth a staggering $125 billion. They were not just a tech company, they were the internet. But they need the massive valuation and a storm was brewing. In 1998, two young inventors named Larry Page and Sergey Brin approached Yahoo. They wanted to sell their little search algorithm called Google for just $1 million so they could go back to college. Yahoo said no. Why? Because Yahoo wanted users to stay on their platform to look at ads. Google's search engine was too fast. It sent people away from the platform too quickly. By 2002, Yahoo realized their mistake. They went back to Google and offered $3 billion. Google wanted $5 billion. Yahoo's CEO hesitated and walked away. Today, Google, parent company, is worth close to $2 trillion. And it didn't stop there. In 2006, Yahoo saw a fast-growing college network called Facebook. They offered Mark Zuckerberg $1 billion. Zuckerberg was ready to sell that platform. But right before closing the deal, Yahoo's stock dropped slightly and they lowered their offer to $850 million. Zuckerberg got insulted, tore up the contract and walked away. Another multi-million-dollar asset slipped right through their fingers. However, Yahoo's biggest problem was not just missing out on Google or Facebook. It was an identical crisis. Yahoo never figured out what it actually was. Was it a media company making content? Or was it a tech company building software? Or was it an advertising platform? Because they tried to be everything to everyone, they became nothing to no one. In a desperate final attempt, they hired ex-Google superstar Marissa Mayer as CEO in 2012. She spent millions acquiring startups like Tumblr for $1.1 billion, trying to make Yahoo cool again. But it was too little, too late. The culture was fractured. The product was outdated. And massive data breaches leaked the data of billions of users and crushing what little trust was left. In 2016, the final nail was driven into coffin. Yahoo sold its core internet business to Verizon for just $4.4 billion. From $125 billion down to $4.4 billion. Yahoo didn't die because a competitor destroyed them. They died because they refused to adapt, underestimated their rivals, and let arrogance dictate their future. It stands as the ultimate cautionary tale in the business history. Adapt or get left behind. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments, do you still use any Yahoo service today? See you in the next video. Bye bye, knowledge seekers.